For 3 months now, I've been thinking about doing a comparison between between Spotify and Apple Music. I wanted to tell you guys what I think is better, and let's begin with Spotify. And I'll talk about things I like about Spotify a lot. In the case of Spotify, I have three devices. I have my MacBook and I have my two cell phones. One is an Android, one is an iPhone. When I'm listening to Spotify on my iPhone, I can actually go to my Pixel and I can open the Spotify app and I can choose to forward, skip the next song to the next song, do anything. Similarly, on my MacBook, I can do the same thing. I can control where the sound is coming from. I can swap between the three, and I can actually forward the song, change the song, and I can do that kind of customization. That's amazing for Spotify. But that's not the best feature. The best feature about Spotify is how it understands your kind of music and makes you 6 playlists for it called Daily Mixes, Daily 1, Daily 2 to Daily 6. And these are songs which you have heard and songs which you haven't heard, all in a 20 to 30 track list. Amazing. I have discovered about 500 songs through Spotify, and I've been using it for a year plus now. I mean, 500 songs I'd never heard in my life, and now they're all a part of a playlist which I've made called the Discovery and the Discovery 2 and 2020. And this is the best thing about Spotify, and to me this is the winning feature about Spotify, which I love. The fact that the algorithm is so good, it helps you make playlists. In the case of Apple Music, what happens, I'm digressing and I'm going to go to Apple Music. In case of Apple Music, what happens, to make a playlist is so difficult. I can't for the life of me figure out. I'm such a technology guy. I'm like 100 on 100 about technology, and I can't figure out Apple Music. And if I can't figure out, I don't think you can figure out. I don't think you want to figure out. I don't think when you're paying so much money for something, you should have to figure things out, man. And for that reason, I think Spotify is much better for playlists, for finding new music. Of course, Apple Music has something called Chill Mix, in which I play and I get 25 songs and I can listen to those songs and I'm guaranteed to like all of the songs. Some songs are just amazing, but what can I do about it, man? All I can do is click love. So what it'll then do is it'll recommend me more stuff like the Apple Music stuff, which I just liked. I find that kind of bullshitty, man. I don't think it's good, and I think Apple Music is very evasive and snobbish, and it doesn't do the thing. The interface on my MacBook is bad. The interface on my iPhone is good, but it's very robotic, man. Spotify has so much more personality. The interface is so much better. The color combination, the schemes, the artwork, everything looks better on Spotify. And of course, I'm gonna talk about one thing which Apple Music has, which Spotify does not have. Are you happy? Apple Music has a far better sounding system. So if I'm listening to Apple Music on my computer, the MacBook, on my cell phone, anything, on my headphones, Apple Music will consistently sound better. Important point to note. If you want to download, here's a very funny thing about Apple Music. Again, I try to understand whatever little I can. Apple Music for Android works better than Apple Music for iPhone, because you can download the stuff right to your phone without any hoopla of iCloud. iCloud and Apple Music always keep fighting with one another, confusing you all the more. I'm paying so much money, man. I'm paying 219 rupees a month to iCloud for extra storage. I'm paying about 99 rupees or 999 rupees I pay for 1 year of Apple Music, and about 1200 rupees you pay for 1 year of Spotify, and I like Spotify more. One more thing Apple Music has which Spotify does not is the fact that it has all songs you can possibly think of and imagine. It has everything. However, I find the customizations and the genre playbacks and the genre playlists for Spotify definitely superior than Apple Music. So much of Apple. So I'm really torn between the two. I want to tell you one more thing. I have both, man, because I'm a music guy. And in this time and day and age, I used to, when I was 14, decades back, I used to spend all of my pocket money on buying tapes. One tape would cost me 150 rupees, and in a year I would end up buying 10, 20, 30 of them. And over years I ended up buying CDs and tapes, and I promise you I would spend more than 20,000 rupees a year on music. And we've become so spoiled. Today we can get every song we want by subscribing to Apple Music and Spotify for 2,200 rupees a year. So don't be cheap, guys. Get both things if you can. And if you can't afford it, let me buy you a water. I'm joking. That was very rude. I'm probably going to edit that out. There's no room for being that so rude, dude. You can't speak to people like that. Yeah, man. So that was a comparison between Apple Music and Spotify. For me, Spotify is better. If I could live without one, I'd probably live without Apple Music. A very disgusting fact about Apple Music is that you can't get a family plan for the whole year. Now, what happens is that somebody else listens to Apple Music upstairs when I'm downstairs, and the moment they play it and I'm playing it at the same time, boom, that's gone. So for about 5 to 6 hours a day, I can't use Apple Music, and because I have the annual plan. There's no family plan with annual. I'm gonna write to Apple about it, and I'm gonna say, hey guys, can you just charge me like $10 extra and give me family music for the year? Anyway, I'm a long-term user. I have iCloud also, and I have all your gadgets, dude. This is not gonna happen, and I'm really going into a diatribe now. Once again, good things about Spotify: playlists, finding new music, amazing interface, amazing practicality, and not expensive. I think $1,200 a year is completely reasonable for Spotify Premium. You can also get the ads version of Spotify ads, but I've never done that, dude. I'm not about that anyways. You can download straight to your phone and it's foolproof. Apple Music, amazing audio quality. Playlist making is a nightmare. Oh, that's a negative. Apple Music has amazing quality, some really good channels and stations, and sometimes you'll find a playlist like I did yesterday called Top 100 Played or Best Songs as per Apple Music 2019. And even though some of them were not my genre specific, I enjoyed a lot of that music. I discovered this amazing guy called Pratik Kohad. And for that reason, I like Apple Music sometimes. He's a good guy, dude. But if I'm playing music on Apple Music, it just sounds far better than anything else. And I love doing this, dude. I love saying, hey Siri, play... Oh, she's listening. Hey Siri, play morning classical radio. And it'll just do that. Of course, it does that for Spotify also now, but it's a workaround. It's a pain. I'll talk about that. Never. Alright guys, thank you for watching my video. I'm the best. Please subscribe. I don't know what you're doing. I'm on my way to 2.5 million subscribers. I have to get 2.5 million subscribers, and I'm just 1900 in. So help a guy out. Spotify won, by the way.